Is Laura gonna stop us again? No. Rean! Oh, it's everybody. Hey guys, didn't expect to run into you. Yeah, crazy coincidence, huh? Are you heading back to the dormitory too? That was the idea. Why don't we all head back together then? Just as one big happy Class 7, taking in the sights, looking at all the beauty that Trista's got to offer. It's nice seeing the flowers as they start to bloom. Yeah, I know you said earlier they'd be in full bloom in a week, but I'm thinking it'll be closer to the end of the month, personally. Just in time for the welcoming ceremony. The new students will be able to begin their academic lives here surrounded by lino flowers just as we did. So they get, what, 2 weeks off or something? How wonderful. You've all known each other since your first day here, right? That's right. Nobody else started partway through the year like you did. But back then, I never could have imagined we'd get along this well. We got off to kind of a rocky start. You're telling me. Especially Machias and Eusis. Yeah, I remember that. For what it's worth, I do regret the way I behaved back then. That's not exactly something I'm terribly proud of. Oh, think nothing of it. Immaturity makes fools of even the best of us at times. Thanks, Hold on! What's with that expression? You weren't exactly standing on the moral high ground either. I wouldn't have had as much of a reason to behave the way I did if you hadn't kept looking down your nose at me. Did you not hear me say the best of us? It was hell on all of us at the time, but it's all just a fond memory now. I suppose the same can be said about you and Rean's little incident at the start of the year, couldn't it? Just had to bring that up, didn't you? I should have seen this coming. Yeah. Ooh, little incidents are my favorite! Tell me, tell me, tell me! Well... Don't you dare! She's the last person who needs to know! I wonder if Laura would... If we were involved with somebody else, would they have been the one to bring it up? Our first day really was full of surprises. Yeah, I can't imagine too many teachers welcome their students by dropping them through a hole in the floor. Nah, that was definitely something. Even without having to fight a gargoyle on the way out, that's a pretty memorable start to a school year. I don't remember the specifics of the gargoyle fight, but I'm fairly certain Emma as a party member was not available to us at the time. That gargoyle proved to be quite the opponent, too. Yeah. Oh, she was! Oh, wait, that was a cutscene, wasn't it? I'll say. And when we finally managed to pull together and defeat it, she just casually drops in like nothing happened. It's like she was lying in wait the whole time, watching and waiting for her chance to strike. That's exactly what she was doing. Yeah. Still, as exhausting and unusual as it was, that was how our class began. I'm pretty sure it's burned into all of our memories at this point. How could it not be? I have no doubt about that. Even so, I'm sure it's one of the memories that I'll cherish decades into the future. Aw, now you've got me all jealous. Now it's my turn to do something crazy and make some super memorable memories too. Don't you dare. I dread to imagine what she's thinking when she says something crazy. Is Instructor Sarah going to be waiting for us outside of the dorm? On a hopefully unrelated note, what are we going to do for dinner tonight? I'd only planned on getting something over at Kirsch's, but if anyone has any better ideas... I think it may be a good idea to make something for ourselves. If we divide up the work between us, I'm sure our meal will have quite a bit of variety, too. That does sound nice. My cooking skills were in danger of getting rusty, too. No objections here. Well, unless anyone has what they need already, I think it's time to split up. We've probably got a lot to buy, so...
That won't be necessary.
Sharon's back, dude. From wherever she was.
Sharon?
What reason could you possibly have for being here? The chairman gave me her permission to return to my former position as your dormitory's caretaker, which means I am here to serve you all once more. There may only be a short time left until the end of the year, but I'll make sure you want for nothing during it. I've already started preparing your evening meal, so there's no need to go out and buy anything.
Jeez, dude, Super Maid strikes again.
Oh, well, how about that?
I'm fine with this.
We will gladly accept your offer.
Sharon's cooking's better than whatever grub we could rustle up together anyway. How do you manage to get permission from Mother in the first place, though? Weren't you helping to rebuild the Reinford group? I thought the company was getting so many orders in, it was struggling to keep up. Now that Master Gwyn has returned to the company, everything is back in order.
Huh. So he's made amends?
He and the chairman have been speeding through one task after another since he got back. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Having his life put on the line by that cryptid probably put things in perspective.
So the former and current chairman make quite a team, I see.
Oh, there she...
Boy, I'm starving.
Oh, she could sense it.
Wouldn't mind a drink either. With the weather getting warmer, it's just about time for peak beer season. Huh? What are you guys all gathered out here for?
Why are you here?
She made us all dinner, though, dude. It's not that bad.
It's a pleasure to see you too, Lady Sarah. I brought a bountiful supply of smoked oysters and sardines if you'd like a snack to accompany your beer. Would you like them alongside your dinner?
Damn it. Yes.
I'm surprised she can just walk around in public like this, you know, considering her affiliation.
Well, and she just placated Instructor Sarah, and Rean probably won't attack her, so there's not really anyone around here who wants to challenge her.
I'm guessing there's some sort of agreement in place between Reinford and the government to leave her alone.
Dang. Corporations have a lot of power in Erebonia. Reminds me of some other place that I could mention.
Though, even if there weren't, I can't imagine anything would be able to stop Sharon from doing what she wants.
Yeah, she's probably really level 200 or something. Only showed us a fraction of what she was capable of when she was under our control. Which is how it usually is in these games. Can't complain too much, though. I got us through some tough times, that's for sure. A night in Trista. It feels like Cold Steel again, dude. So nostalgic. We're gonna be in Rean's room again with the sword on the... Oh, no.
Whew. I think I might have eaten too much. It's been so long since we last had Sharon's cooking. She hasn't lost her touch. None of it feels heavy on my stomach at all. Well, that's all my work done for the day. Maybe I should go see how everyone else is doing.
You can explore Class 7's dorms on the night before each free day. Be aware, however, that the story will progress should you return to Rean's room. Yeah. I mean, of course we're gonna do that. If we head to Crow's room, we'll probably see something. Or Rean will probably say something.
Hey, Elliot. Taking care of your violin?
It's voiced too, interesting.
Yeah, it's taken care of me over the past year, so why not return the favor? I'm actually planning on giving a few of them to the academy before I go.
Before he goes.
Just to make sure next year's first years have something to practice with.
That's really generous, and sure to make a lot of people happy.
What the heck?
And you'll finally be heading off to a music academy, just like you always wanted.
Elliot's leaving?
I bet they'll push you pretty hard over there, too.
I don't doubt it. I'm going to need to be all music all the time if I want to stand a chance at keeping up.
Wow, Elliot's not gonna be... He's not gonna spend his last year here?
Though, to be honest, after all the time I've spent here, I don't really want my life to be completely about music.
Jeez, dude.
I love it, obviously, but to be a balanced person, I want to have a bit more variety in my life, like I had here at the Academy. For one thing, I don't want to get too rusty with my orbital staff.
Good to hear. I hope everything works out for you.
Thanks. Me too.
He's leaving the Academy, dude. That's wild.
No, it's nothing. Either way, Heimdall and Trista are really close, so don't be a stranger, okay? I know you're gonna have tons of work to get through between your classes and your missions, but...
Don't worry, I'll make time. I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to see each other. There's still a ton of Heimdall I haven't seen, too. You'll have to show me around next time I make it over there.
You bet.
Wow. He's leaving. Fiona and my friends over at the Music Academy really helped me out with the work I needed to do to enroll there. It'll be great to practice with them again. Between tomorrow's flea market and the chance to play with my old friends, I've got to make sure I'm up to snuff. Wow. I did not expect that. Is everyone gonna be leaving or something?
Hey, Machias. Working hard or hard?
I'll stop you right there.
Yeah, because we already know which one Machias is doing.
Of course I'm hard at work. Just look at the size of this book. If I can't internalize as much of it as possible while I'm here, I'm doomed to failure from the start.
While I'm here.
And this is one of your new textbooks? Man, Heimdall's political academies don't mess around, do they?
Everybody is leaving, dude? What the heck?
You'll be the youngest person there, right?
Most likely. I'd normally need to have graduated from Thor's with a bit more experience under my belt to have gotten in. There are a few Thor's grads there already, though. They take some every year. And as you might imagine, the recent political upheaval has the place swarming with applicants this year. The entrance exam was hard enough on its own, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Can't say I envy you. Still, I know you're going to be just fine. You're so smart that you can handle any subject they throw at you. Growing up with your dad should give you a leg up on the politics, too.
Yeah, no pressure there. Honestly, there are times when I think diving into things head first like this is a giant mistake.
Doubtful. Rean's gonna need an ally like you on the side, dude.
What's wrong?
Oh, and it's nothing. It's just... I know we're probably going to both be really busy with our own lives come spring.
And okay, that's adorable. Everybody's gonna be like, Rean, make sure you come visit me, okay?
But let's make time to have lunch together once in a while or something. Okay? Studying is all well and good, but even I need a change of pace every now and again.
I think that can be arranged. The train from here to Heimdall only takes a half hour. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't hang out sometimes.
Then it's a date.
Dang. Now, because Rean said something earlier that made me go, what the heck, is Class 7 ending? And now I understood that this is what he meant. I'm still amazed I managed to get into that academy in the first place. I applied expecting to fail, to be honest. But getting in at all has been a blessing, so I'm gonna work as hard as I can to make the most out of it. Of course, I'm not the only one who will be swamped next year. Both of us will have to be careful not to burn ourselves out. Man. Okay, so I thought it was a little weird, like, Class 7 minus Elliot? That seems kind of odd, but... Class 7 minus Gaius, or Class 7 minus Eustace, or Class 7 minus Elisa, or Class 7 minus anybody else would have made more sense, but if everybody's leaving, yeah.
Are you finishing up your painting, guys?
Yeah, this is my last one. I want to make sure I'm completely satisfied with it before declaring it finished.
That's understandable. You're going to keep painting once you're back at home, though, right?
Well, I don't know how much time I'll have to set aside for it, but I intend to keep working on it, bit by bit. There's growing reason for concern in Calvert to the east of the Highlands. But all in all, things are more peaceful now than they were. I should be able to focus on painting my magnum opus.
Oh, is it going to be of Nord? If anyone can make a masterpiece of the Highlands, it'd be you.
But the confusion for me enters into the picture. It's like, what could Gaius accomplish back in Nord that he can't do here? Like, he's only one guy. He can't really fight against the army if they happen to, like, attack.
That wouldn't be such a bad idea. But actually, I was intending to paint a picture of the Academy, its students, and the courageous.
You mean...
Now you're getting it. I want to capture the day we liberated the Academy. And once I've finished it, I fully intend to return to Erebonia with it in hand. What better way to forever memorialize this place as my second homeland?
Man, you really are amazing. Well, if you ever need reference materials, you know who to call.
We can just swing the Courageous on up into Nord.
I can get pictures of anything you might need and send them over. I know you're talented, but that's a lot to paint off of just your memory.
I'd appreciate that.
So, Gaius is going back home to paint? I'll be taking this painting back home with me once I'm done. It'll be nice to have a tangible memento of my time at this academy. And I hope it'll give everyone back home the courage they need to keep going. I would have thought he was going to talk about how he was going to spread the knowledge of what he learned here to the people who are back at his homeland.
Something on your mind, Eustace?
For the first time in a long time, no. I'm just taking a short break. Looking over an endless sea of documents can be rather tiring on the eyes.
So what's he...
Oh, are those the tax reports you mentioned?
Tax reports? Ew.
Ordinarily, this would be my father's work, but His Majesty has yet to decide his fate. Rufus hasn't so much as glanced in Berea Hard's direction since he took his new job in Crossbell either.
Okay, so he's got to step up as the new Lord Alberea.
As such, the task falls to me.
Man, I knew everyone in our class had it pretty rough right now. You've got it roughest, no contest.
I agree.
If my ego had its way, I would boast that filling in for my father is a simple and mundane task. But on top of the paperwork, I'll need to manage the provincial army and oversee the province as a whole. Then there's the matter of keeping the most stubborn of the nobility in check. I don't expect the first 6 months to be pleasant.
The fact that you're already thinking 6 months ahead is pretty impressive as it is. Standing in for Duke Alberea like that must take some real confidence. I know you'll manage, though.
Okay, he'll be the new Duke Alberea. I think I said Lord earlier, whoops.
That much is obvious.
What is it?
It's nothing. In the days to come, more people will be relying on you than ever before. But no matter who does so or what they ask, do not lose your pride as a noble. Act independently, your head held high.
He's not going to ask if Rean can swing over sometimes.
Maintain your pride and your autonomy, and I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks. I promise I will.
I'll hold you to that.
Okay. So he's stepping up as Duke Alberea. My first 6 months back in Berea Hard will likely be entirely consumed by work. While I do have some trepidation about fulfilling my father and brother's duties, I have no choice but to try. I am a son of House Alberea, after all. So that's all the guys. Now let's go ahead and head up a floor and see what the girls are doing. Or, yeah. I was, like, am I misremembering for a second? Everybody's leaving, so Class 7 is being dissolved.
What are you looking at, Laura?
It's you, Rean. I'll show you.
Oh, hey.
You and Monica got a picture taken together? You both look so happy in it, too.
That we do. Someone in the photography club kindly offered to take it for us.
Wow. Rex, that sneaky devil.
I thought it would make a fine souvenir of my time at the academy to take away with me.
My mirrors on that being Rex. Oh well, it's a nice photo, and he got permission. For once. I never expected you and Monica would get so close. Between her and Fee, you kind of have a knack for becoming the best of friends with the ones you bump heads with first.
She bumped heads with Monica? I don't remember that.
Please don't say that. I'm truly grateful to both of them for broadening my horizons. Meeting them enriched my life in ways I could have never pictured before. Truly, coming to this academy was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I didn't realize we'd made such a big impact on you.
Well, you did. And don't mind me. I'm just feeling a little emotional. This isn't like me at all now, is it?
Well, considering everybody is gonna be like blown across Zemuria by the 4 winds or whatever, yeah, it's completely fine.
There's no harm in a few tears, I suppose. This will be my last time I can relax before my training, after all.
Yeah. You're not gonna get much rest in with the training you've got lined up.
She's gonna start really gunning for the next Radiant Blade Master title.
I won't be learning the Arcade School's advanced techniques with training any less intense. I have no idea where we'll be conducting said training, but it will no doubt be as perilous as it will be dangerous.
I had to spend a month in the Isengard range as part of mine. I don't think a month's going to cut it with what you're doing, though. It goes way beyond your average techniques.
Seriously, having her battle aura flare up and consume her sword? Man. And outside of her S-craft even, I should say.
Indeed. I'm anticipating that it will take at least half a year, if not more.
So Trails of Cold Steel 3 is gonna pick up in 6 months then?
Father's going to be with me. But with things as difficult as they are, part of me feels guilty for taking up his time.
He just wants to make sure that his daughter is prepared to carry on, dude.
I don't know about that. I think him agreeing to train with you shows how much faith he has in your potential. Besides, in a lot of ways, this might be the best time to do it.
That is very true. Rean, I would still like for you to come with me on my...
Laura.
Oh, wow. Things got serious for a second.
We talked about this, right? Best thing for the two of us is to walk our own paths. You only get one life. You've got to make the most of it. I'd only just hold you back if I were there with you. And you shouldn't be holding yourself back for someone else's sake. None of us should.
I suppose you're right. I know that by taking on this training, I'll obtain the strength I need to cleave through the uncertain days ahead.
And depending on whether or not Cold Steel 3 gets a Steam release or not, things might get reset back to 0 with Laura. But that's fine. I actually had some ideas on how I was gonna use Rean's personal time in the next game anyways, but...
This is something I have to do. Not only to become stronger for me, but to continue being a worthy sword for you.
Thank you, Laura.
I won't tell you not to overexert yourself, as I certainly can't promise that I won't. Still, I want you to always bear in mind that no matter what happens, no matter where I am, my heart is always with you. Please never forget that.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Okay. So that's the tender moment that Instructor Sarah was talking about, I'm sure. I don't have a single regret about attending this academy. No matter how hard the training before me may be, I'm sure I'll be able to pull through. By the way, I did promise to spend some time with Monica tomorrow. But hopefully that won't prevent the two of us from spending time together as well. I'll make sure it doesn't. Okay, Emma. She's probably gonna go back to her witchcraft.
Emma? What are you doing?
Oh, hi there, Rean. Well, Dorothy and I decided that we're gonna put together one final collection of stories as a club. Since then, I've been working on a story for the students who will join the club next year.
Oh, that sounds neat. Wait, if Dorothy's involved...
Then it'll have the best stories, am I right?
The content is totally appropriate for children of all ages, I assure you.
See, Emma's on top of it.
Admittedly, Dorothy's own story sounds like it'll have a few of her favorite literary elements, but all in moderation, she assured.
Not that I'm one to judge. What kind of story are you writing?
It's supposed to be a fairy tale. I can't pretend it's 100% original, though. I borrowed some elements from a story I heard as a child.
Do tell. I wouldn't be surprised if it's got, like Mita Clomilde or something as the main protagonist.
It's going to star a golden unicorn and a pure-hearted maiden. Or at least, that's the plan.
Sounds interesting. Can I give it a read when you're done? I'll still be here next year, so if I see any first years who seem like they'd enjoy it, I'll recommend it to them.
That was it. They made it sound like Rean was gonna be doing remedial classes next year, but really they were talking about the fact that he's gonna be the only person in class 7.
I have to confess, I'm a little embarrassed to let anyone see it, but the whole point of a story is to be read.
The duality of a writer, am I right, dude? I know exactly what she's talking about.
Something wrong?
No, not at all. I'm sure you and Valimar will be just fine without my help now.
Well, Celine's help.
Still, if you do need anything, don't hesitate to get in touch. It may take some time to contact me, though. You'll need to use a method that isn't exactly conventional.
Is she gonna give us some sort of magical talisman or something?
Yeah, I could have guessed as much. I mean, I theoretically get how to use runes to communicate since you told me, but I have no idea how it actually works.
I'd be shocked if you did. It's pretty far removed from the orbital technology you're used to. It has its benefits, though. For one, you'll be able to reach me no matter where I might be.
So that means she's probably gonna be one of the earliest party members in Game 3, right? Especially if you can get to her anytime, anywhere.
So don't ever hesitate to drop me a line if you need my assistance. I'd always be happy to hear from you.
Alright, I'm sure I'll give you a ring. Or a rune, I guess. I hope you end up being able to find Vita, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely gonna need to track her down at some point. No matter where my search for Vita takes me, I will always be a member of Class 7. Leaving the Academy won't change that. So if you ever need my help, I'll do everything I can to be there for you. And when my story is finished, I'll have to let you read it. So next up is gonna be, I think this is Elisa, yep. What's going on, dude?
Feeling sad about leaving the lacrosse club behind?
Yeah, I was really into it by the end.
And that's probably why What's-Her-Face was like, she has to put her rivalry with Elisa to rest before the month is over, because Elisa was not going to be there to be a rival to her for much longer.
I think it'll make for some wonderful memories to look back fondly on in the years to come.
I can imagine. Does that mean you're not going to keep up with lacrosse and Ruhr?
I don't think I'll be able to. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any local teams I could join.
They could start up a robot lacrosse thing, dude. That'd be awesome.
And even if there were, I doubt I'd have the time for sports. Just thinking about how busy I'll be makes my head spin.
So she's gonna be some sort of apprentice to her mom and her grandfather, I'm guessing.
No, scratch that. Being busy is all the more reason I need to make time for exercise.
Yeah, good luck with that. Helping out with the Rhineford group sounds like a recipe for one all-nighter after another.
Not just yet, actually. I won't be helping until Grandfather shows me the ropes.
Ah, so it's just gonna be Gwen at first, I'm guessing.
As I am now, I doubt I'll be able to do much at all in the way of rebuilding the company. But you can bet I'll leave Mother speechless with how much progress I've made in a year's time.
Huh, her timetable is twice as long as everybody else's so far.
I'm sure you can if you put your mind to it. And I know Sharon will always be willing to help you out if you need her.
She probably would, but then she'd just tell everything she did to Mother.
Elisa?
Oh, don't worry about it. I was just thinking about how blessed I am. I've got a wonderful family, a great club I'm part of, all of you as my classmates.
And don't you forget it.
Oh, right.
Even though Elisa was probably one of the most neglected party members on the team, she was not very useful at the end, but that's all on me, so.
It took me a long time to realize the same thing, too. We really are one and the same.
Yeah.
Elisa?
It's nothing, honestly. I'm just feeling a bit emotional all of a sudden. I don't know what's gotten into me.
Everybody is leaving. That's what's going on. There's literally no other reason Elisa could be having to cry.
Nothing's wrong, though. I promise.
But...
Still, let's both make the most of our free day tomorrow. It's the last one we'll ever have as a class. The last thing any of us want to do is end it with regrets.
Yeah, agreed.
I can't imagine it'll be either 1 to 3, and one of those is gonna involve the old schoolhouse. I can feel it in my bones, dude.
Let's make it a day to remember for both of us.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm sure it'll be tough at first, but I'm going to try to make a real difference in the group. Besides, it'll give me a chance to show Mother up, so how could I refuse? And I'm sure it goes without saying, but let's make the most of our free day tomorrow. And then V should be over here. Yep. Oh, a letter. Or rocks? What is that?
Are those seeds you got there?
Oh, for plants.
Yep, Adel gave them to me. They all came from the plants we grew in the gardening club. I'm just looking at what kinds there are here.
Really? That's really nice of her. It's kind of like you can take everything you've achieved over the past year with you.
Yeah. And another, how old is Fee now? She was 14 when things started, and she's 15 now. So in 2 years, she'll be old enough to attend the academy.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to join a club until Adel found me relaxing and invited me.
I always thought it was kind of random how Fee ended up in the gardening club, but
But I guess it wasn't so bad.
I remember people saying or explaining how it made sense. I still thought it was a little iffy, but I'm glad she joined it. Oh.
Don't you worry. I'll be sure to check on the gardening club every once in a while just to see how things are going.
Rean's signature move.
It would be a shame if all the plants you've spent so long looking after were to wither and die.
So he's gonna become part of literally everybody's club or something?
It doesn't matter. Even if they do, they'll eventually bloom again somewhere else.
Oh, that's poetic.
Kind of like us.
When you put it that way, I suppose you're right. What's wrong?
Nothing. This one and this one should be okay too.
Is she not going to take them all? Oh, Fee gave Rean a handful of seeds.
What are these for?
They're the easiest ones to look after. You can try raising them if you want. Don't worry if they wilt or anything, though. When I've found the others from Zephyr, I'll come back and check if they're still blooming. If they are, you get a pat on the head.
Oh, she's gonna borrow his signature move. He's gonna have to work extra hard in that case.
Hey, I thought the head rubbing was my job, but I'll give it my best shot.
Alright. My time with Class 7's been really fun. The gardening club too. I only ended up coming here because Sarah forced me, but I'm glad she did. I don't even want to picture where my life would be if I hadn't. Honestly, she'd probably still be training with Zephyr. And then this one. Yeah, let's do Instructor Sarah. Well, now we already opened her door, so what's going on with her?
Something on your mind, instructor?
You could say that. I've been mulling over how things are going to be come next month, but all this soul searching's giving me a headache.
Yeah, she'll kind of be out of a job.
Well, it'll probably feel strange being back with the guild for the first time in 2 years.
Scratch what I just said.
And I bet they'll be glad to have you back. Things are probably going to be rough over there, even with you taking up the bracer life again.
No doubts there. I can already see plenty of traveling abroad in my future after what happened over in Crossbow. And I imagine it'll keep getting harder and harder for us bracers to operate here, too.
I didn't? Oh, yeah, because Osborne already put the choke slam on the Bracer Guild in Erebonia, and now he can just keep squeezing.
What's with that sad puppy look? There's no reason for you to feel ashamed of what you've chosen to do. I'm proud to have a student like you who can stand up and make the tough choices life thrusts on us.
Thanks, instructor. I'll try to just grin and bear it for now.
Attaboy. Sticking it out through the hard times with a smile will put you on the fast track to becoming a great man. Just make sure you don't try to shoulder too much. All that'll do is turn you into a jaded grump. Everything in moderation, okay?
That's what Toa was trying to tell him.
Thanks. I haven't joined the intelligence division, and I have no plans to.
Okay, so Rean answered the burning question that was on everybody's mind. He's not a pseudo Ironblood. He's not an Ironblood at all.
I'm gonna keep responding to their requests, but only if I'm comfortable doing what they're asking.
Trying to retain some of that autonomy, huh?
And I can promise you, I'll never do anything that would put me in conflict with the guild or put innocents' lives at risk.
Let's see how well you can hold up to that, Rean, because you already came off as quite the villain to Lloyd and Risha.
I don't know what the future will bring for me, but that's the creed I want to stand by.
I know. Don't worry. No matter what happens, you'll always be my student. So go out there, live your life, and grow into such a heartthrob that I won't be able to take my eyes off you.
Okay.
Well, I'll try.
I don't know. More than a little iffy, but I'm sure curious about what kind of man you'll have become in a couple years. That's one of those questions that only time will answer, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Anyway, you've chosen your path. Now all that's left is to walk it and see where it takes you. Yeah. That's a little iffy, but I guess I'm not the person that kind of thing is aimed at, so whatever.
What's up, Milliam?
Oh, hey, Rean. It's nothing. I just feel kinda down.
Because she is going back to the intelligence division.
Down?
Yeah. I was just thinking about how everyone was at dinner time. Sharon's food was really nice, and we all seemed like we were having a good time. But I don't know. It was weird, like we were all upset but didn't want to let it show. It's been bugging me.
That's just how older people, that's how older people get when there's an elephant in the room that they really want to ignore.
Oh, so that's why. You really have grown so much these past few months. And not just mentally. I think you've gotten a little taller, too.
Maybe. About 2 rage or so? Judging by my specs, I'm not gonna get much taller than this, though. I'm Mini Milliam forever and ever.
Huh, how convenient.
But you never know. Maybe I'll grow up to have boobies so big, I can use them as a shelf like Emma's.
Maybe. I guess that's one thing to aspire to.
Something wrong?
Nah, not really. So, you've got a new mission starting next month, right?
Yep, I've gotta go see how things are over out west.
In Western Arabonia?
Duke Cayenne's been arrested, but it sounds like things are still pretty nuts over there. Oh, but guess what? I might get to go out to Liberal and Rimiferia soon.
Okay, cool.
What is it with you and blabbing classified information?
Oh, right, because Rean's now kind of in on that stuff, I guess.
Well, whatever. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself. And be sure to keep in touch. I'll always be right there when you need me, okay?
Righto, I promise. That goes double for you, mister. If you need me to bust you out of a jam, just say the word.
Okay. Milliam's probably going to be the person we're working closest with in the coming months, so I'm probably going to be really busy with all my intelligence division work once we're all done here. But I'll never be too busy to help you out if you wind up in trouble. So there's no need for you to feel lonely, okay? Alright, no character notebook update, but I guess now we move on to tomorrow, like a regular Trails of Cold Steel day.